Oh, hello. I'm Eric from Let's Get, aka Goemon047 on YouTube. Have you ever wondered why I chose the name Goemon047? No? Well, too bad, because I'm going to tell you anyway. It's all thanks to this little guy right here, Goemon. Well, Mr. Goemon in this game anyway. If you know me, you know that I love the Goemon series, so be warned, you're entering the biased zone. But I'll try to be as objective as possible.
The Mystical Ninja, or Ganbare Goemon games as they are known in Japan, are a popular series of games in Japan based loosely on historical figure Mr. Goemon Ishikawa, the Japanese Robin Hood, if you will. Konami released Mr. Goemon, the first game in the series, in arcades in Japan in 1986, and it wasn't legally playable in North America until Xbox Live Arcade's Game Room in 2010. Remember Game Room? Yeah, it doesn't seem like a lot of people do, but there are some good games on there, this being one of them, but I'm getting ahead of myself as usual. The story's pretty simple and it's acted out in this brief intro. Goemon, stealer of the rich and giver of the poor, finds this thunder god character and that's pretty much it. The goal is to get to this golden lamp at the end of the game. He's on the run to the end of the level while being bombarded by 4 guards at a time. If he gets to the end of a level, he gets some cash money, and at the end of a stage he shares the wealth with the common folk. What a guy! The graphics take cues from traditional Japanese ukiyo-e art, which I'm a really big fan of. The backgrounds fit the settings perfectly, and the chibi-style characters are cute and funny. The Goemon we see here looks nothing like he does nowadays. The traditional Japanese music is as appropriately fast-paced as the frantic action of the game. In order to beat a level, you've got to get Goemon from the beginning of the level to the end without dying by either falling into water, being hit by a projectile, or being tied up and thrown off the screen by his pursuers before time runs out. The timer is marked by the moon traveling across the sky. If the moon reaches the end of the screen before Mr. Goemon does, the moon comes down on his head. Majora's Mask style. More or less. The gameplay is fast and furious, and it's basically just a race to the end of the level because enemies are relentless. They really trip up your progress to a frustrating degree. The controls are really stiff in that old Castlevania way. Once you jump, you can't adjust the angle of your jump at all. You can defeat enemies a number of ways, including smacking them on the head with your pipe. No, not a regular lead pipe, but a smoking pipe. How dope is that? You got smoked. You can also dispatch haters by throwing a variety of super Japanese objects at them, using the invincibility hammer, rolling a barrel at them, or by simply bopping them off the screen, but you don't get any points for this cop-out technique. You can also get points by finding hidden items. You might not care about scoring points, but in this game you'll want to because you get an extra life for every 40,000 points you score, and you start with a mere 3 Goemons, and they go Amon pretty quickly. That being said, points are nice, but sometimes you'll do better to just run away in terms of time and longevity. There are 2 levels per stage and 4 stages total. At the end of every stage is a boss or bosses that slow your progress, and while you can eventually defeat them, you can also run right past them. Kinda like in Castlevania 2 actually. It feels a bit cheap, but like I said, if the boss doesn't kill you with its heat-seeking projectiles, running out of time will. The difficulty can be pretty outrageous, which is a constant reminder that this sure is an old arcade game. Man, back in the day people must have just been pumping the quarters, yen into this bad boy. When you beat all 4 levels, you get to play through again at a harder difficulty level, but honestly, I wasn't able to beat a default run-through of this game without using Game Room's handy rewind ability. It feels dirty, but often necessary when playing with the default settings. Mr. Goemon is a fast, fun, and bumpy ride, like going down your stairs on a sled.
I'm Eric Lappy, and this is fun. My ass. Okay, this isn't fun.
Other than that, there's really not much to say since it's a fairly straightforward old arcade game. Mr. Goemon comes recommended for me, but if you're not sure if you'll like it or not, you can try it for free on Game Room. I love the Goemon series, so obviously I'm biased, but at only $3 on Xbox Live Arcade's Game Room, I think that Mr. Goemon is worth the cost. And frustration. I'll see you next time on another